This is my critical analysis and self-reflection of English 201. First is the reader response. Reader responses to me, I've always just, kind of blindly went through them in other classes, especially in high school, just to kind of, do the assignment, and they weren't very fun to me. But these were different. They were a lot more in depth and made you reread the text to answer certain important questions that you should know about the stories. So the reader response that I have, for example, is Hills Like White Elephants by Ernest Hemingway. This was a very interesting text, and I liked it so much because it left a lot up to the reader to decide what was going on. All you know is that there's two people and they're at a train station and they're going somewhere. You don't know where or why they're going there. There's only little things that Hemingway gives you throughout the story to and leaves it up to you to decide what is really going on. The next thing that I think is really important from English 201 was the reading strategies that we went over. Most importantly, annotations and rereading. I used annotations in this class for every short story, and I think it really did help my work with the notes on the side, especially when it came to doing the reader response and going over everything. Next was rereading, especially in the Vietnam poems. Specifically, I Have a Rendezvous with Death. Rereading was a very important strategy that I used because it really helps you to understand the text and to go back and, if you don't understand something, you can usually figure it out the second or third time through. It also helps you with reading in between the lines. The next thing that I really liked from English 201 was the digital tools and applications that we used. Most importantly, this being an online class, I really liked Flipgrid. It was a good way for us to communicate with other students, also to see what other people's opinions were on the different short stories and the different assignments that we had throughout the semester. Being an online class and not knowing these other kids that were in my class, I felt like I really did get to know some of them, even though I didn't meet them face to face. It was also cool when we did the Thanksgiving assignment that we were able to hear their stories from their break. Also, Blackboard I think was very important to this course. Throughout this course, I really got to learn the ins and outs of Blackboard, not having to have submitted on it too much in my other courses. It was very easy to access. Everything was in one place, and everything was graded quickly, and things were updated in a timely manner. So it made uploading assignments not very difficult. Next, connections. Some connections from this course that I was able to make with other courses was first year seminar, specifically our music assignment, where we had to read through the text of certain songs that we got to pick and figure out what their meanings were. In that class, that was the first time that I really realized that reading and annotating was going to be an important thing. But that was really the only time that I ever used it. In this class, I see going back that with the things that I've learned in this class, that I would have been able to do even better on those assignments with the things that I knew now. Next is CITs, and specifically Plato's allegory of the cave. Once again, reading and annotating is something that I think would have really helped me when I did this assignment in my CIT course, because there's a lot of little things in Plato's allegory of the cave that are in between the lines, and certain things might not mean one thing, but and they will mean another. And I found that a lot of these short stories also have the same aspects. Maybe not literaturally, but overall. Next is challenges. Some of the challenges I think I had in this course were being disciplined, especially because it is an online course and you're doing it on your own time. And the second is understanding all of the short stories. I felt like some of the short stories were kind of difficult to understand because they were short, and some of them were very rich in detail, but rich in detail to the point where you were kind of figuring out what was going on. My most memorable experience was the Vietnam poems, and also the importance of, like I said again, rereading and annotating. The Vietnam poems really stuck with me because it was from perspectives of young kids who were going to war, and you really got to see how they felt through poems, which I really think are a good art form. So, lastly, my aha moment. My aha moment is that everything connects, whether it's in English, business, which is my major, or religion. That it's really important to understand what you're reading and why you're reading it. And this is my works cited.